And we are now joined by the head man of Tennessee football, Coach Josh Heupel. Coach, it looks like when I'm watching you on the sidelines, your heart rate never gets above resting. Where does that come from, and what causes you to be so calm on the sidelines?
I think having played quarterback, understanding that you got to reset every play and the next play is the only one that matters, understanding that everybody around you is going to feed off of your energy too. I think that plays a huge part in why I respond the way that I do. But we're very intentional as a staff, trying to make sure that our players are going to notice what we're doing a lot more than even what we're saying. So making sure that we're handling the moment the right way too.
And it's evident when you watch your team, it seems like whether it's good play, bad play, like there's just never any flinch. And going from 2021 having 7 wins to the year y'all had this past year, everyone from the outside looking in is like, it's not supposed to happen like this. It's not supposed to be that kind of jump. In your mind, what attributed to that kind of success and that jump from year 1 to year 2 for y'all?
Well, I think, from the time that we've gotten here, our staff has handled it in a really great way and not flinching at anything that's come at us. And that happened in year 1. We gained a lot of trust from our players because of it. Our work in year 2 was different. Our guys, and I'm just talking about the extra effort and energy that they put into every single day, how intentional in the way that they worked. Growing in our understanding of our schemes in all 3 phases helped as well. But our connection continued to grow as well. And so we became a really mature football team that handled the different situations that inevitably are going to come up in a really positive way. We were connected, we loved each other, and we fought and strained for one another as well. And it took a huge jump. And for us as a program, we talk a lot about our work habits, building an expectation that we're going to find to win the games as long as we prepare the right way. We've continued to grow this offseason too. This is becoming a really mature group. We're essentially a third of the way into spring ball. I love how intentional we've been out on the practice field. Obviously, there's a lot of room for growth yet as we go every single day, but excited about this group.
And what are some of those areas of opportunity you see so far when it comes to spring football for you and your team?
Yeah, for us, we got close to 30 new guys that are inside of our program, and so 18 of those guys being new enrollees. We got a lot of opportunity for them to grow in fundamentals technique, but that's everybody inside of our program. The little things add up to the big things that everybody sees. We're certainly growing in our schemes, understanding situational football. We haven't had our first scrimmage yet. Looking forward to that, getting out and seeing what game day looks like as our guys get away, our coaches get away and off on the sidelines, how we handle the situations out on the field. But with that, there's great competition at every single spot as well. We are a much deeper football team. Obviously, there were a lot of guys that left our program before I was hired here. We've been thin, in particular on the defensive side of the football. Feel like we're, for the first time, really at full strength as far as our roster numbers. Like that length, athleticism, and toughness of the guys that we have in the program. That's all lended itself to great competition in each position room.
And culture's a term that you hear a lot of college football fans just kind of throw around. And, we have great culture, we have this. How would you define your culture internally at Tennessee?
Yeah, one of great accountability and love and respect for each other. We build trust every single day. It's a group and a staff and a program that are fierce competitors that love to compete in everything that they're doing and love to have a lot of fun while we're doing it together. And I think you can do those things at a really high level. You can enjoy the competition and you can enjoy and love the people that you're doing it with. That's what this group's lived out every single day.
And with the success that y'all had last year, obviously, the expectations outside the program grow. How do you handle that pressure when it comes to what you communicate to your team going into this coming season?
Yeah, whether they're low expectations or high expectations, our group has not paid attention to the outside noise. Not that you don't hear it, but that's not going to define who we are when we get to Saturdays next fall. What defines is our work habits and how we compete at everything that we're doing, every rep, every set, every team period. And our guys have been really intentional in the way that they've competed. And so focus on our process of continuing to become what you can individually and thus collectively as a unit. And we'll be ready for next fall.
And you've had just a phenomenal quarterback room. It seems like since the time you got to Tennessee, from Hendon Hooker to Joe Milton, now having Nico, do you feel like with your playing career, and the offense you run. Is there an edge for you when it comes to recruiting that position at Tennessee?
Well, I do think it's different for us. Me having played the position at a relatively high level, having success, understanding what it looks and feels like, the process that you got to go through to give that guy the tools to play at a really high level, but also what it feels like during the course of the game and how you handle him during the course of the game and give him an opportunity to be successful. Coach Halsey does a great job with those guys as well. What we've done, the success that we've had offensively and at the quarterback position, you put all of those things together, it gives us an opportunity to recruit at a really high level. I love that they're very competitive in the meeting room, out on the practice field. They drive each other in a really positive way. They celebrate the great plays from the other guy as much as they do their own plays. You can build that inside of a quarterback room. You saw the relationship that Hendon and Joe Milton had, the past couple of years as they were entrenched in the quarterback battle at different points in that relationship, but they handled it in a really positive way. We expect that room to continue to behave that way.
Yeah, Coach, you said you played at a relatively high level, a Heisman finalist, Big 12 Player of the Year. We'll talk about that in just a second. Obviously, you said Joe Milton now going to step in, have a chance to be the starter for y'all this coming season. How does calling the offense change for you with his skill set compared to a guy like Hendon Hooker?
Yeah, we're always different with each quarterback subtly in what we do based on the things that they're really comfortable with, that they can operate and process at a really high level. It's going to change a little bit because of the skill guys and who you are up front as well. So year to year, we continue to grow and evolve. Joe's got the ability to spray it sideline to sideline and vertically down the football field. You saw some of that in the bowl game. He's continued to refine his fundamentals from within the pocket. I think that's drastically changed his ability to be accurate, really excited about what he's doing right now.
My favorite clip was him throwing the orange like 110 yards. I mean, I that was the most impressive thing to me. I felt bad for the people in the nosebleeds when y'all were celebrating on the stage because they were probably getting hit with oranges. We'll talk about the next.
You were never out of his range inside of the stadium there at the Hard Rock.
Everybody's in the splash zone. Coach, I'm talking about Nico Ansah. Only been on campus for a short period of time, obviously. I know he was able to be with y'all during the bowl practice. In your estimation, how good can he be at Tennessee?
Man, extremely talented, as talented as anybody that I've ever been around in my coaching career. I love his competitive nature. It's extremely important to him. He's handled himself very professionally the way from the time that he's gotten here. And I say that meaning that he's typically one of the first guys in the building. He's definitely the last one to leave. He's spending as much time as anybody in our program trying to learn and master his craft. His ability to understand his body position, coach it, teach it, and be able to take those coaching points and implement it into his game from rep to rep and day to day. Really, really impressed with what he's done up until this point, and feel like he's going to continue to grow and be ready to help us go win football games.
In the day and age of the transfer portal in modern college football, y'all took 9 transfers, but still protecting that culture that y'all have internally. What's the philosophy for you when it comes to the portal?
Yeah, for us, where we were at in our roster, there's essentially 2 recruiting classes that are basically gone from our roster. And so for us being able to patch our roster similarly to what junior college recruiting used to be in the past for different programs, that's kind of where we were at. And so we were able to add length, athleticism, physicality on the front lines, both offensive and defensive lines, but guys that have played some football and bring some maturity. They've handled the transition into our program extremely well. A lot of them were here. I think half of them were here for our bowl preparation. The other half showed up in late January when we started this past semester. They've been really good. They've been good out on the practice fields with us. They've came in and understand now at this point, what it means to be a volunteer. What does it look like every single day? What are the standards that you got to meet to be a part of our program? Really excited about who we've brought in.
Now, Coach, last question before we get you out of here. We appreciate all your time. There's a video circulating on the internet of your quarterbacks doing the crossbar challenge from like 35 yards out. If they were to throw you in the mix, as you put it, a relatively high level, which again, Heisman finalist, Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year, where are you finishing in that group?
Well, the first crossbar challenge, the first year that we got here, I walked off with a dub. Josh Jobs happened to be here as well. I told those guys I'm walking off with the dub, not giving them another chance to come back at me.
So the undisputed heavyweight champ.
Undefeated at Tennessee.
Undefeated. Coach, well, we appreciate it. Hopefully get down there and be able to see y'all this fall. But again, thanks for all your time and best luck the rest of the spring.
I appreciate it. Go Big Orange.